Hello and welcome to Geekatplay Studio tutorial. In this tutorial I want to look more on some cool stuff you can do with the plants, and this is actually very easy but give you excellent effect. So let's open our plants and let's select something like large dead tree. Click OK. Just place a tree right here, take our camera and adjust so we can overview tree. Also, what I want to do is go to set render to screen 640 by 480. So when we preview, this is our normal tree. And one cool thing is what you can do with this. If you go to material, we'll open material, and we can add also ecosystem to this. Now let's look as an ecosystem. We'll select as a plant. We'll go and we'll add dry weed. Let's click OK. Let's click populate, and you know what? Maybe what I want to do is increase density. How many we can have it. Decrease scaling. So let's use overall scaling. And one thing when we preview now, you can see we have a very interesting applying moss going almost to the tree. To increase that effect, what we can do, we can increase dropout mono trees. Okay, and we can populate so it would actually create more of this. Also on the density, let's move this one, and here we can create it applying by ecosystem. We can create as kind of moss going. Also, till we have, let's do a couple things. Let's select this one and we'll just add layer. Okay, just select normal layer. We can just load it gray shades, edit, and inside, instead of gray, I want actually going to do a bit of bluish color. Let's edit function, and we'll just add simple fractal increasing so we have a different color. So what I want to do, we can also link maybe bumps to this. There you go. Okay. Let's call this snow. So we'll just put it snow on top of our tree. Okay. And as environment, we can also say I want this to be just on the flat top. Push it right here and make it a little bit farther. So when we preview, we can see the snow will be kind of laying on the top of the tree. Right here's our snow. We can increase, so we'll have it snow a little bit more on around. Okay. Also now we'll go to our material tab. We'll go to dry weed. Double time click for editing. You know what? Let's click on color blend. Edit color. Okay. Go all the way to the white. Color mask. We can go all the way. So and what happened now, we have it like almost icicles here, or some weed going with the snow, and same ways we can replace with the plants, create look like icicles on a tree, and it can create a bunch of icicles all over your trees, or we can replace the leaves look like icicles. So this is another way, but this is interesting. If you can apply and modify your trees, add more coloring, or again, I'll say if you want, you can go ahead create one-way tree, or we can create another tree and just apply same and create a swamp looking environment. Okay, here is a small one of the small trick. Okay, and till we're looking on the plants, let's look on a couple other cool things we can do with them. So let's delete it. These plants, and you know what? Let's create terrain. Let's increase size of terrain. Okay, take our camera. Move our camera just slightly back so we can overview. With our terrain, open material, and again add ecosystem. And in the ecosystem, what I want to add just normal tree. So we'll have a cherry tree. Click OK. Let's go in density. Slightly increase and populate. Let's see how much we have a trees. Maybe a little bit more. We'll increase more. Okay. And it was actually posted several times on different forums about how to do this, but I just want overall showing you how you can add look more realistic on your plants. So this is look very realistic. In some case you can see plants. Okay, but let's open and let's look on our options. First I want to do in scaling and orientation, and this is actually very easy to set if you're shooting in low densities, so you have it more kind of big trees and smaller around. And also we'll go with variable scaling and we'll add a function, and by adding simple fractal you can have it a different type of distribution of the scaling. And also it's increasing. So you can preview how it's going. Also other things what you can do, it is add additional ecosystem to this. Add layer. Click on the ecosystem. I'll just delete this layer. So we have one above other one. Okay, let's add plant. And as a plant, let's add just even small palm, anything, or even tropic, any other plants I just want to show. Next, what we want to do is work with this distribution. So we affinity with the layer. So what it does, it's actually take this plant and build, depend on the layer ecosystem under this, build around these trees. So if we want repulsion far away, like for example grass only on a line right here, not under trees, we'll do this way. But we'll set this way. It can populate. It may take a little bit longer time because there's a lot of them. And you will see they'll start building around the trees like they like to grow in the shadow. And again, we can create another ecosystem layer and only take repulsion, and we'll have grass growing between some other plants which like lights, doesn't like to grow under trees. This is interesting management. And let's click to preview. And you notice that plants where we build it, they're kind of growing under trees mostly, and they try to avoid open areas. So they're going like to go around the trees. And it's again, if they look more realistic. So again, if we add another layer, okay, let's delete this one. So we'll have just we'll add plant, and let's add plant maybe just patch of grass, for example. But again, increase repulsion, so we'll go other thing. Click on populate. Yeah, we don't have it that much. Density. So not too many spots sometimes. This one will create an open more space. Okay, and it's different. Here's one way, and the other one increase look realistic. They're all the same colors, and we'll just go to cherry, open, leave open here, and we'll just right click, edit function. And what we're going to do, we'll go add object center. And we did this before actually in our ecosystem in a city. When we create eco city, we did similar things. So you kind of be familiar with this, and well done in other places. But we connect here, except we did before not on the colors. Right now we'll do on the colors. So we connect here. We'll just highlight this one, add blender, and combine them together. Now what I want to change this color. So let's open, select dry grass, and let's modify this. We'll take middle one, and we'll create maybe darker green. This But light green, dark green, and yellow. Okay. Okay, here. And now you notice we have a different in the coloring in our trees. So the calculate center on the object, and your coloring is changing from your plants become yellowish and greenish in the middle. This is add realistic looking plants. Here you can see we have the grass away from the trees, and we have the other plants like growing around the tree. Okay, to make this picture even better, we'll just go to terrain, open, and we can modify this one. And what we do, we'll just again take a foliage, again create a file. We'll add simple fractal. Okay, so we have a different coloring going here. Let's go to the select bumps and add other parent. We'll add granny. This is will add kind of grassy looking. We can add additional layer if you want it and add more. So if you want to be very fancy, so this way can the function. I just don't like when they look the same color, so I like to add difference in colors. Here, just connect with the map. So we'll add overlay to transparency. Click on transparency and let's also we add spots to our transparency. Go right here. This will be our ground. We can also make effect the going yellow, kind of greenish around the trees. But let's leave it this way, and all what we need to do is just take our camera now, maybe adjust slightly this way. But I like to do this on a wide screen. Let's go to atmosphere editor, and some people ask about this lighting, and actually what I like on this one, I decreased to ambient mode and I set darker ambient light, and at the same time in the sun I increasing the corona, which is actually, if you go down you can notice how darker it is. I'll just take brighter corona, so it will give me very nice interesting even lighting with good ambient lights under that. Let's go add clouds. Just select this cloud for this. Let's add also some other darker clouds maybe. Right here. Now it doesn't look very good. Just do it we had it before. Then use it to power and make density. Okay, let's sky fog. And one thing again we need, I like to boost up quality because it will make less grainy on the clouds. And in light, if you have it flickering, you probably want a little bit increase boosting quality. It will take a time, but if you do animations, it will reduce some flickering as well with that. Let's add a little more. I'll just play around with this. Okay, right here. Click OK. Let's go to set to final or broadcast, whatever quality broadcast with add motion blur. And if you want it, you just can go higher quality. The higher you have, the better picture you produce. So I'll just set to final, and let's render our picture. Okay, here our final image, and you can see how with a simple modification we apply different scales, more interesting variation in the ecosystem and environment in the trees. Also we modified some coloring different, it's like more natural coloring, and also we add influence of the plants based on the trees. Overall it's a small tips for you how you can modify plants by applying ecosystem of different plants over to creating different effect, and also how you can manipulate with the density, with population, small function editing, and with the coloring to create more natural look of your ecosystem. Thank you for watching this tutorial from Geekatplay Studio. Please come visit us on the web as www.geekatplay.com.